Hi everybody, this is Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook, and I am here to do my Friday reads. Take two, because take one, I got a phone call in the middle of it. You know, and I don't believe in trying to figure out how to edit it to make it look better. No one knower. I needed to take that call. So here I am, and I really have to consider sticking with my Friday reads because I feel like it grounds me. I think missing it last week kind of just like um, it just set the tone. I had a kind of crappy reading week. It was really hot, like I had mentioned in my video, my last video. We've had like a crazy heat wave, and every time I'd start to read, I would doze. So I'm glad that I'm getting back on my Fridays because it's like a reset for the next week to come. So I'm going to do a wrap up for June. Confession, did not finish all the books. I'm not surprised. I could see the writing on the wall probably maybe 2.5 to 3 weeks into June. I could see what was going to happen. And so I have some spillover for July, which I don't like to happen, but what are we going to do? So I did finish, I'll just talk about the ones that I finished in the wrap up. I will talk about today just the two that I'm going to try to work on this weekend to keep me moving along. And it's a holiday weekend, so when I say working this weekend, we'll get in some hours, but probably not like I normally could. Gloria, not finished yet. Enjoying it, really enjoying that it's talking about the story from Gloria's perspective, but I'm really like, there's like these light bulb moments where she mentions a certain instance that's happening in her storyline that was referred to in Pow from his perspective. And it's neat to see a little more behind the scenes of Gloria's take on things. And there's also some other things about Gloria that I did not know that I'm discovering. Yeah. And so very interesting. I still really like this. Carrie Young really has a good ability to capture the little knit and grit of these characters and to tell a really good story. So I am really enjoying it. I'm about halfway through it, and I'm hoping I can make some good headway this weekend so that I can hopefully be finished with it next week. But like normal people probably could finish it by next week, but I am a little bit slower. So I'm not going to say that, but my goal is to get it done because we're now in July, January, I was going to say July 2nd. So I don't want to get too far into this month and then sacrifice the time I need to read other books for this month because I have things I want to read this month. So I have that. Then I have this one that, let me read the name to you. I don't know if I mentioned it. It was going to be one of my secret books, I think. And it's called The Lesson by Cadwell Turnbull. And I believe, oh my Lord, my brain is just, it's just leaving. I believe it's in the island of Trinidad. I fully think so. I think so. And it's a science fiction Caribbean book. And I was looking at the books that I'm reading, and I don't really have that many. Like I've not read any science fiction. So, I wanted to try a different genre and see what that would be like. And I think that's really cool to think about that too, because typically we go to our go-to genres even when we read something maybe outside of the country, right, or an international read or what have you. And so this is kind of neat to do a different genre. So I'm enjoying it. I'm listening to it in audio, but just the last sitting with it, I got lost. I don't know if you guys have experienced that when you're listening to an audiobook and all of a sudden you're like, who's this? I'm sitting here. I think I was in the kitchen cooking dinner, and I think I said that out loud, and my family, of course, is used to me talking to myself, and especially when I got the headsets on. And so I'm like, who's that? And so immediately I paused it, and I was like, okay, who is this? And so I'm like, did I forget somebody? Because I have a tendency, sometimes I will write down the characters as they come, so I kind of have a cast of characters, especially if there's multiple people. Other times I try to just wing it, which I've been doing with this. I'm like, oh, I'll just go with it. So what I decided to do was to just go and see what happens if I can continue on and pick up and figure out. Because what the book is doing, it's an alien invasion kind of story. And this ship has come with these beings, and it's they haven't destroyed, killed everybody, which is always the fear. People think if people will come here and they'll kill everybody. They have killed some people, but they aren't just coming in and just wiping out. And they're definitely a superior being to the human race. And so it's like they're jumping back and forth also in time so that you can get the backstory of the alien, of that this is not the first place that they've gone. And so you get a little more breadth of their and depth of them. So they're doing that, and they're also doing that with some of the characters. So I got a little lost, but I'm feeling confident that when I pick it up again later today, that we will be able to move forward and still be able to carry the story. The only reservation I have about this book is because remember I read last month, I have to look at that because I forgot the name of it. It was that underwhelming. Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam. Remember I talked to you guys about that book, and I said I felt like it was, the race stuff in it was nothing new. I felt like the story itself never went anywhere. It didn't have an ending. It left it open-ended. Some people are comfortable with that. I am not. And it's just, I felt like it took me on a ride to nowhere, right? That's the blunt, honest truth in that one. So my reservation with this one is, are they going to bring me somewhere in this story? Are we going to, is this an analysis of humanity and the otherism? And is that what we're doing here? How are we going to conclude this book to make this a complete experience for a reader? So I'm a little cautious after that last book, and because that really disappointed me. I was like, wait, there's not that much page left, and the story is just going to end like this. So we'll see what happens with this one. I have about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours left. So we'll see what happens with it. But I'm hoping that it's going to do something great. So we have that one. I also read a really fantastic children's book about a Puerto Rican woman who came to this country. It was the first Puerto Rican librarian, I believe in New York. I have to tell Alba about this book because it's a great children's book, and I know she's going to want to see it if she hasn't seen it, and it's just a great one for kids to read. But I wish that if I had a wish that I could do and add on like an extra room into this house, that I could buy a collection of children's novels, because I do read them, and I love, because I love the stories, I love the illustrations that they give, and the illustrators are phenomenal. And there's a couple of pages in this book that I would love to just blow up and put on the wall. Like if I had that room, I would have those books in there and have some of them displayed, varying each. I would just shuffle out like which ones I display, and then on the walls I would have like blown up and framed photographs from those illustrations. Hands down, it would be this like the magical room with big fluffy pillows, really cozy lighting, a nice scented candle. It would just be so cozy and sweet, because I really love looking at illustrations from children's books. And so anyways, I read that and it was really great. I'll talk about it really and give you details more about it in my wrap up, but it was really good, and I love getting books like that. So that was another one that I did for Caribbean Month, because we had Caribathon, Caribbean Heritage Reading, Heritage Month, and so I picked up that one about that particular woman. There was another audiobook I picked up and put down, so I won't even mention it. So this weekend, my plans are to get some more Gloria again and get ourselves into a really good position, and then to listen to the audiobook, the lesson and kind of get that going. And now July, we're in July, and Dee Dee has a Read Soul Lit read along going on, and the book is, I think it's called The Old Drift, and is it Narwhal? I can't remember the author's name, like it's Narwhal something, and I think it's set in Nairobi. I would love to do it, but I am going to pass this time, and I know I'm going to be regretting it when they get to the end, because Dee Dee does a great thing. Oftentimes she gets the actual author to come to the wrap-up video session / Zoom thing, and you can ask questions to the author, and it's nice. Or even just to say, I love your book. Sometimes you just want to say that to the author. I do. And so that's always fun, and she'll probably do that with this one. But when she has it broken down, if you check out her channel, she breaks it down by week, how much you have to read. She has also, I think, a Goodreads group that's going to follow it. But I'm going to pass, and this is why. Not because I know the book's not amazing, not because I know it's not going to be a great experience, but because the book is really, really big. And I have so many books that I need to read, I want to read. I have so many books that I bought for my birthday, which I still have several more videos to share with you. I'm going to sprinkle them along the way through this month. And I want to read them. And I just will not get to it. I know that if I read that, I will only get through that book. And I won't get to the books that I just bought. So that is why I'm probably not going to do it. We'll see. I've been keeping my ear to the ground also with looking for Zoom author talks. I got to see Stacey Abrams. I think I talk about it in one of my book haul videos, but I got to see her speak and was completely reinvigorated. Every time I hear her speak, I feel like the activist bug, like just spark. She just inspires me. I wish she lived next door so I could get that energy every day. And then I saw five authors. That was a collective talking about, oh my God, I couldn't remember this before, and I still can't remember it. It's called, I don't think I wrote it in here. They did a collaboration, these five authors, with Disney, to write another chapter in Star Wars. And it's set away from the ones that we've seen in the movies in terms of a time period. And there's all these new and different characters. And I like it because I watched, oh my God, I can't even think. My brain, whenever I get in front of the camera, like once I shut this off, I'll remember what I want to say. And I'll be like, what is it? The show that I watched. I like it because, so let's skip that. I like it because it's multiple authors and it's multiple types of, I don't want to say genres. It's like there's some YA. There's an author that's doing a graphic novel and they all kind of intertwine. They've all collaborated to work together to create this. I forgot the name of this chapter. And this is their second release of books. So I want to go back and read their first release of books. I'm only curious that if I'll be able to fall into them I never read any Star Wars books. I've only seen the movies. So I'm wondering, and I'm not as much as I like Star Wars, I'm not like as fluent in talking about it. And so I just enjoy the experience of them. So I'm wondering if I'll be able to pick up these books and be able to enjoy these stories because they're new things and be able to pick up and understand. So I really enjoyed it. I was really excited because, let me see the name. Oh, Justina Ireland, who wrote Dread Nation, is one of the authors of the books. And Claudia Gray, who I believe Claudia Gray does fantasy. She is also, she's also one of the authors. There's another guy, because he does the graphic novel, and his illustrations on the graphic novel are phenomenal. I can't believe that I'm talking about this and I didn't have it prepped so that I could tell you more. If I remember, I'll tell you more in another video. But I did look into the books. I know I did find some on Hoopla. I did find of the new ones. I gotta look to find the old ones because they did say to start in order. So I am going to go back to the old books and look into that. But yeah, keep your eyes online. Look at bookstores. That's how I've been getting a lot of them. Bookstores that normally have people in their stores are doing virtual. And all you do is sign up for them. Oftentimes, there are some that are paid, but a lot of them are free. And you sign up and then they give you a link. Like the link came to me from the publisher about 15 minutes before the meeting, and then it came available, and then you were able to write questions. And it was so funny because Star Wars has such a big following, and it was like they had 350 questions. They only got through probably like 20, if that, maybe even 10. I don't know how many. They got through a lot, but they couldn't even put a dent in it. But I like the excitement around it, and I like that people got the opportunity to hear them talk. And so I'm really excited. I do like Justine Ireland's books, and I'm looking forward to see what she does in there as well. So that's it. The weather has changed. We've gone from the meltdown to a cool down. It's dropped like about 20, 25 degrees. It's cool now. It's crazy. We went from 100 to now we're almost going to go back to 60. And we've had this torrential downpours, and downpours, and it's it's great because I don't have to go water, but it has really just made it soggy and wet out there. So we're hopeful that the weekend will be better for the holiday weekend. But it's just been a roller coaster. Like today I'm in long sleeves, and the other days I could barely, I just what? I don't want to have any clothes on because I was so hot. So now literally I have the window open while I'm talking to you, and I feel like a little chill on my legs. A chill, okay? So it's strange here, and it's definitely oh my God, it's definitely a frizzy hair day. Oh yeah. I'm growing. But I hope you guys are well. Let me know what you're doing this weekend. I'm apologizing for last Friday, but I will try to really be diligent always on my Fridays. I have, I'm going to do a video, a talk about one of the books, one or two of the books that I read for Springathon. I still owe you that. I also have, like I said, my birthday book hauls. I'll sprinkle them throughout because I did them 4 to 5 books each video, and that bag is out of view, but it's over there, and I haven't put them away yet. I have to put them away because now that I've done the video, I can put them on shelves. But I'm like, I can't wait to read them. And this is the other thing I was going to say to you guys is, so these are the ones I want to try to get to next month. I wanted to get to Stacey Abrams' book. I definitely want to get to this one. Stacey, she might have to wait. This one might have to wait, but I would like to get to this one because this is the new release that just came out. But I definitely want to read this because I didn't get to go to Martha's Vineyard this summer, and I need some Martha's Vineyard, even if it's via book. So I would like to read this one, and hopefully I'll get to this one. And there would have been no way for me to read these and to read the book with Dee Dee and them. I just would be setting myself up for failure. And summertime, I get caught up in being outside and doing other things too. So I don't want to overcommit myself, but these are possible books. We'll see. Let me know what you're reading this month. Let me know how your June went, and just how are you doing? I hope you guys are all well. I can't believe it's cool here. It's 60 something degrees. It's insane. I hope the weather is better where you are. I hope you have a great book to read, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.